Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will introduce my name is Alexandra from class 2A English Education at Universitas Swadaya Gunung Jati. I will explain about the material from the 8th grade English book, chapter 9, entitled Bigger is Not Always Better. Previously, I will explain about basic competence about this chapter. Learning of spiritual attitude and social attitude is done through indirect learning in fields teaching, that is, schooling, cultive chaptering, and culturally observing the characteristic of learning and the needs and condition of learning. Apply the social function, text structure, and text verbal and written interaction that involve giving us for information related to comparison of the number and characteristic of people, animals, objects according to the usage for the contact, not the degrees of element. Arrange TCKS for verbal transaction interaction and read very short and the interval giving and asking for information on the proportion of number and nature, people, animal, object with attention, the proper social function, text structure, and context. Next, I will explain about principal material from this chapter. Transactional interaction text relates to the comparison of the number and nature of people, animal, and things. Social function in this chapter identify, introduce, praise, citizen, and admire. And text structure, start and responding. Element of language, positive comparison, sentence comparative and superlative with the principle, and quantity comparison, more singular non-adjective and jamak with or without a, the, this, those, they, this, and etc. Speech, words, stress, intonation, spelling, pronunciation, and handwriting. And topic is comparison of people, object, animals, and in the classroom, at school, home, and surrounding, that consistent the behavior contain. And first material from this chapter are a structured comparative, is a positive comparative and superlative. Big in comparative is bigger, in superlative the bigger. Fast in the comparative is faster, in the superlative the faster. In positive, height, in comparative higher, and the superlative the highest. In comparative, in the plus er, in the superlative it's the and est. Long in the comparative is longer, and in the superlative the longest. And the old in comparative is older, or then after that, after older. In the superlative the oldest, and add off after that. If the adjective consists of two syllables, in a positive, easy, In the comparative, it's easier, and in the superlative, the easiest. In the positive, friendly. In the comparative, friendlier. And the superlative is friendliest. In the happy, in the comparative is happier, and in the superlative, in the happiest. Heavy in the comparative is heavier or heavier. In the superlative is the heaviest. If the adjective consists of more of two syllables, beautiful is a more beautiful. 8 more before beautiful, and in the most beautiful. Difficult, more difficult, and the most difficult. Expensive, more expensive, or more than expensive, and the most expensive. Poisonous is more poisonous, and the most poisonous. Comparative of good and bad. Good is a better and the best. Bad is a worse and the worst. And comparative structure of many, much, few, and little. Many is a more, and the most. Much is a more than, and the most. Few, fewest, and the fewest. Little, and the least, and little, least, and the least. And the social function of the comparison statement can be seen from the following table. In the comparison statement 1, look, the horse and the donkey look each other, but the horse is bigger than the donkey. The donkey is smaller than the horse, right? In the social function is to show the difference between horse and donkey. So number 2 is Johnny. I think a mountain and a hill are just the same, right? Ido, no. Look at the one on the left is a mountain, and on the right is the hill. The mountain is taller and bigger than the hill. The hill is small and shorter than the mountain. Social function of this is show the difference between mountain and hills. 3. Bayou. I think Bono will win the race. City. I think so. Bono is small but stronger than Gani. Gani is bigger but weaker than Bono. A social function is praise Bono, strong, smaller but stronger than Gani. The 4th. Lina. Are Jenny and Danny really twin? Bayou? Yes, they are twins, but alright. They do not look like twins. Jenny is taller and fatter, and Danny is shorter and thinner. It's the social function of number 4 is show approval that Jenny and Danny don't look like twins. Number 5. On my left Lina, on my left hand I have cotton, on my right hand, and I have stone in of the size in the same. No, I can feel that stone is heavier than cotton, and cotton is lighter than stone. The social function of number 5 is explain the difference between the properties of cotton and more. Number 6, but last, Udin. Don't you think the picture is wrong? The helicopter is higher than plane in the sky, the plane lower than the helicopter. The shell function of number 6 is citizen mistakes the pictures. That's enough for me, more or less. I'm sorry if there are mistakes or wrong pronunciation, or my attitude is not worrying because I was unwell when recording these videos. I'm sorry for all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.